So another tip that I have for you, if you're feeling disturbed, we've been talking about if you've received news that has taken you by surprise and that has changed your idea of what your future is and your mind has gone blah, 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 and now having a million thoughts and you're feeling concerned, worried, anxiety. We've talked about how this affects your sleep and your eating. We've talked about the importance of warm food, of a regular meditation practice. And today I want to talk to you about a beautiful practice if you're feeling that you're open to disturbance. So if you feel that you have a vata nature where things, even small things, can be big things for you, speaking from experience here, then oil massage, self-oil massage, abhyanga, is a great thing to do. And it sounds, for Westerners, it sounds like quite a big investment of time, and it sounds a bit not what we would expect. But I can tell you from personal experience, this is a great grounding tool to have in your toolbox of looking after your unique nature. So for some people, they could get hit by the iceberg of the Titanic and still keep going. They've just got such profound inner presence and strength. They're just going. And then for others of us, even a change in the weather, let alone bad news, but just a change in the weather can make us feel much more disturbed, and then we begin to get scatterbrained, we get forgetful, we start missing appointments, and we get out of our routine, and everything just kind of snowballs. So we're getting more and more and more out of balance, even if it was just started by a small disturbance. So oil massage, daily oil massage is a great thing to consider, something that you can put in the internet, and I'm sure there are lots of tutorials for. I'm going to give you a verbal rundown here. So the idea is that in the morning, and every morning, if you have that nature of being more easily disturbed, to massage the body with oil. And it's very nice if the oil is warmed, because we already talked about that change has that nature of being cool. So we want to not shock the body with anything cool. We want to warm the oil. So ideally, if you can get your hands on some sesame oil, would be lovely. And here in Portugal, just at the Soleil health food shop, you can get organic sesame oil. But if you don't have that, you might have another oil at home, and you might work on finding the oil that works for you. So the more you feel disturbed, the heavier the oil feels nice, Whereas when you're feeling more stable and maybe it's warmer, middle of summer, you might want to use a light and more cooling oil, like perhaps coconut. But if you do have that vata tendency, I would definitely recommend coconut only for the very warm months of the year, and the rest of the year to think about perhaps sesame oil. So warming the sesame oil, and you could do that in a few ways, either just storing the sesame oil in a plastic bottle and then warming it in putting the plastic bottle in the warm water in your basin, or put it sealed in the shower while you have a shower, and just warm it up as you warm up the shower. Or you might like to just gently warm the oil over a tea light or on a very small flame in a saucepan if you have access to that. So warm oil. And then we start by massaging the head and the face, and we work down the body, down the arms, each of the joints, the shoulder joints, elbow, wrist. We work all of the chakras down the center of the body, walk down the legs and the hip joint, knee joint, ankles, feet, and back. And then for me personally, that's when I like to just make sure that I put plenty of oil here on the top of the scalp, and this is just really grounding for me. And then on the base of the feet as well. And I think of this as being like the battery terminals in the car that, they need that little bit of a little bit of grease or a little bit of Vaseline or whatever to conduct, so that they don't get that dry static electricity. They need some medium to contain that static. and help with the charge. And we're a little bit, I feel like that as a vata, that when I've got my head oiled and my feet oiled, it's like I'm able to receive that connection and the charge, the energy charge that the planet is giving off. It's a way of that charge not becoming that static, dry kind of scatterbrain charge of just erratic, electric excitement, which Vata is very capable of, but of getting a more flow kind of charge, a more channeled, consistent sort of charge. So my last moves are always on the head and the feet, and then to the heart, just a big thank you for being in the body and for the luxury of having an oil massage every day. This is a chance to really love the body, prepare the body for all of the things it's going to experience through the environment today. It's now being given just a little layer, a little, got this great word in Portuguese, pecula, a little covering of oil, so that the environment, it's just a little soft boundary between myself and the environment. It's porous, it's not like I'm putting up a wall, but I've just got that nourishment layer between me and the environment. And as we talked about, change energy has the cold and the dry, and oil is a really nice antidote to dry, especially, but if you warm the oil, it's an antidote to cold as well. So we're giving ourselves that antidote against the dryness and the coolness in the environment. So oil massage is a beautiful practice to have. And again, it can be a little bit like a life jacket, something that you do every day to give you, it's a little bodyguard, a little protection, a little support, a little luxury, a little nurturing before you even step out into the day. So ideally a nice practice to do in the morning, and some people like to do it before their shower so they can wash it off. Personally, I like to do it after, so that the body was warm already to receive the oil and soak it in a little bit, and then I like to have the oil on during the day as my little bodyguard. So this is a great practice to do every day. But if you're feeling disturbed right now, it's a super practice. So where in your life can you fit in the oil massage? If you can do it in the morning, that'd be wonderful. And, it goes with, putting oil in the bath and all that. Just think about where right now can I put some more oil on my body. So if you want to go have a warm bath, put some nice oil in there. Or give yourself an oil massage after the bath, or an oil massage every day. And I'll put below here, hopefully on the blog, how the word's spelled and how you can look it up online.